Live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up Cosmic Crucible edition. We talk about these teams behind the scenes, and if you want to be a part of that conversation, come to Twitch. Man, Twitch is where it's at. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's free. You just have to watch like a 30-second ad to get to the stream. And if you gift or buy 2 subscriptions, you get 3 free months of Xbox Game Pass for PC. I don't know why I'm pitching that. It's not like they support me or anything. I'm just saying subs are a good deal right now if you want to. Anyway, Pathfinder helped me out with this one. So if you don't like it, don't leave a comment. Go to Pathfinder and bitch to him. All right, team number 1 is a Dark Hunter New Warrior combo. And we kind of like this team. It's pretty good. The only problem with it that we see are some ISO class changes on Morbius. I think we want to go Striker rather than Skirmisher. He's a Skirmisher here to clear positive effects, but we're thinking double tapping some of those bleeds on there is a better way to go. And then this 7 red star death pool needs more investment for sure. This is a powerful character worthy of the investment. Let's take her to 15, put her in the blue with those ISOs. We could change Dagger to a Raider to get more vulnerables. Remember, the new Warriors Cloak and Dagger are putting out vulnerables from their kit. They're the only 2 characters in the game that do that. So there's actually more vulnerables hitting the field than you think. So if we switch her to Raider, we can switch sorry, get my fingers to work. We can switch him to a Striker. I need to stop pointing. I'm really bad at that. Okay, that's the thing. However, the new Warriors have some use on some offensive compositions. You can use Cloak and Dagger in conjunction with Star-Lord into some Asgardian teams. You can use Deathpool with the Eternals for a lot. You can use Deathpool for a lot of stuff in a lot of places. So there are some options. But if you don't want to use those hybrid comps, then this is a great team. Let's just fix those ISOs. I'm going to give this a B- because there are quite a bit of tweaks that need to happen to this one. Team number 2 is the Asgardians. This is a pretty good comp. We went Raider on Mighty Thor. You could go Striker there. A lot of people are liking that better. I don't know. Mine's a Raider. I haven't tested her out as a Striker, but a lot of people are telling me the Striker, kind of leaning into that is probably the way to go. We've got Striker on Valkyrie. That's okay. I'm running mine as a Raider there also, but Striker works well. Sif is a Skirmisher. We don't like Sif as a Skirmisher. Not a lot of use for that. It's Fortifier if she's smaller, Raider if she's bigger. You're going to get some crit damage. She does some AoE attacks, some adjacent stuff like that. This one has Heimdall built small. I kind of like the Heimdall built small, so it does bring in the Eternals, although there are some Eternal compositions that are going to beat this no matter what. So it really doesn't matter whether Heimdall's small or big. They're either going to beat it with the Eternals or they're not going to beat it with the Eternals, just depending on those power levels. I like the Heimdall smaller so that you can accidentally kill him and trigger the passive of Valkyrie. We definitely like the placement, getting them spread out a little bit so you can't soften them up as easy. For me, this is pretty close. I think that Sif ISO is probably the biggest mistake happening here. I'm going to go B+ on this team. Over here, we have in Spidermania Room 3, we have the Tangled Web trio with Emma and Jubilee. I don't really like Jubilee on here. The Axemen are a phenomenal team on offense with this Age of X. It allows them to do things that they wouldn't normally be able to do. And I think they're too important as a tool in your tool belt to be used going into some of the other defenses that we're seeing in today's Cosmic Crucible. Emma just speeds this team up even more. Honestly, what I think we should do is get rid of Emma and Jubilee and put in the Dad Bros if you want to run Noir. Now, Noir is gear tier 15 in here. He's going to crit early and give the Dad Bros some speed and really help that team take off. I think that's a good way to go. The other thing you can do is you can throw in Dormammu on this. Apparently, Pathfinder's telling me that just makes this thing monstrous. So that's something to do. But neither of us are really excited about Noir. Now, I haven't built Noir because I'm not seeing anything good from him. Pathfinder's saying, no, don't waste your time on Noir. It's not a worthy investment, a worthy place for your resources. So we don't really like Noir. We think there are better options. If you want to build this exact team, you could do it with Yo-Yo instead of Noir. She does something similar, going fast, critting early, doing things like that. So Noir just doesn't seem to be a game changer for us. So we don't like who you're using. The placement is fine. The ISOs on this composition are good. I kind of like that Dad Bros comp. If you've got some pretty decent Dad Bros, it's a good place to use them, and it makes it a little bit tricky. A lot of people just coming into this with Infinity Watch and beating it. that unavoidable ability block from Adam Warlock onto Spider Weaver really just changes the whole play of this game. So Infinity Watch kind of beats it no matter what, so don't waste your Axemen on something like this. Okay. Team number, I'm going to give this a C+, really. It doesn't excite me too much with who you're using. I think these two tunes are better used. Emma and Jubilee are better used elsewhere. The Latent Power Room with the YA. Now, my Young Avengers did something amazing the other day that I wasn't expecting. I sacked an Unlimited team and then came back in it with the Young Avengers, and they beat that Unlimited team on the 2-tap. I was not expecting them to do that. They're a really amazing team. I'm constantly being more and more impressed by what they can do, and that's why I think that they should be used for offense. They can beat a lot of things. They can beat those Axemen. They can beat the Wakandans, excuse me. They can do a lot of neat stuff. They're very useful, very rugged, very durable. They're kind of like stupid proof. I think that's probably why I like them so much. But we don't like the placement this way. If you're going to be using them on defense, we want to put probably Squirrel Girl next to Miss Marvel. Then we could go America Chavez, Echo, and Kate Bishop on the end is probably a better placement. Also, these ISOs are good enough, but if you'd like to really take it up a notch, put Skirmisher on Kate Bishop for the focus boost and Healer on Squirrel Girl to really make that heal pop off. Now, that works even better when you're guiding the team and you can make sure that she's healing all the time, because that's what you want to do, is keep this team up and going, burning through your opponent's cooldowns. You can use this as a sack team to stay alive long enough to make sure that the opposing team uses both their special and ultimate abilities. I just think it's a great team for offense. I don't like it here on defense, and I don't like the way it's placed here on defense, and that's why I'm giving it a C+. Moving on to team number 5 is the Gamma. Everything is okay here. I kind of prefer Raider on Red Hulk. That is a big open debate, and that will not end until we have the full Apocalypse team and we know where Red Hulk should be on that team before we start making dedicated decisions. I'm just letting you know, personally, I'm using him as a Raider. I think Stryker is also a good choice. Pathfinder is recommending full healer for the entire team on Crucible defense. And I have to agree, I went up against one of those. They're monsters. And better yet, if you were to take this team and move it to room 6, it's nigh unstoppable. Pathfinder says that there are only 2 teams that can beat it in room 6 as full healers. So I'm thinking if you guys want to get real cheeky or you got the ISOs to spare, flip them all to healer, move them to room 6. For sure, move this team to room 6. And as is, I kind of like it. I'm going to go A- because I do want to see you move it to room 6 and replace this team, which we do have one big problem, and that's Phoenix. We don't like Phoenix in here. She's not adding any value, and she could be used elsewhere. You could run like an Axeman with Phoenix and place a Kitty or something like that. Get a lot more value out of her. You could just run an Uncanny. The baseline Uncanny makes for a great filler defense. It catches people off guard. Probably not at Diamond 2, Diamond 3, which is where Hell Devil is playing. By the way, your leagues make a huge difference in how you approach these defenses. So this is a Diamond 2, Diamond 3 player. And he's got some pretty good defenses here, but I want to see Phoenix taken out. I'd like to see just about anything else being thrown in here. We like Kingpin. Kingpin's a great choice because you don't have to invest a lot. Kingpin on spawn summons some mercenaries that have 2 stacks of death proof and taunt, and it makes it a little tricky coming into this team with whatever you're using. You could also throw Emma in here to change up that speed mechanic. You could throw Loki in here to change up the speed mechanic and also adjust the resistances. So there's some things you could do. Now, what you want to make sure you're doing, though, let's assume that you have a 5-piece Darkhold. That makes it easy for me to discuss. Then you put Agatha on the end with MLF next to her. Agatha calls 1 assist, and you want to make sure that she is calling MLF for that assist. It's actually working correctly here because she calls an assist from a Darkhold character, meaning she won't call Phoenix. She will only call MLF. So it actually works on this layout, but we don't really like this layout. We'd rather see Phoenix closer to Wong, and then you would have to move Agatha to the outside, something like that. So we need a placement change. We like the ISOs. We definitely want you to replace Phoenix with somebody else. Phoenix could be used better in a different defense or an offense. And some options to replace her are Kingpin, Scarlet Witch. You could throw in Dormammu here, although remember with the Age of X thing, Dormammu isn't as effective. You might want to be using them on offense into specific teams that don't have hero mutants. So for me, I think this is a bit of a waste of Phoenix. I'd like to see that placement change once you swap her out of here. Excuse me, I'm knocking into my camera and monitors and stuff. Overall, it's not too shabby, though. I'm going to go B+ for this team. Thank you, Hell Devil, for sending in your picks. If you want your team to be reviewed by smart people and myself, then send them in. Links are in the description. Just shoot me over those screenshots. We do War defense and Cosmic Crucible defense. Your choice. Send them over to me. We'll get you on the list. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others, too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.